If this is your first time here, my name is Elise, aka The Pretty Nerd, and today we're going to talk about The Sweetest Remedy by Jane. I can't even pronounce her last name. I ain't going to hold y'all, okay? Alright. I know y'all going to talk to me about why I ain't been here for a while. I know it's been like a year. March of like last year, I think it was. Let me check. Yeah, March 19th was the last time I sat before y'all, and I had told y'all I had bought a house. So, like, kudos to me. We're still here in the house. It's been a year, right? But so much has happened. I lost my father last July, and I have enrolled back in school full time to get my master's degree. And I still got these kids and some other things. That's a different story for a different day. Y'all mind your business. So we're going to get into the book real quick. So let me give y'all the notes or the specs on the book. So I have a physical copy of the book here. I personally bought a book. I don't know where it's at. I've lost it, so I had to get this book from the library. Y'all know how I feel about the library. It's a contemporary romance. It has 296 pages. Nobody recommended this book to me. I started this book on December 23rd of last year. I told you I'm in school. Be gentle with me. And I finished this March 13th of this year. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would recommend it to all my girlies who love romance novels. Y'all know that's not my thing. And that about wraps up like the specs of the book. I don't like romance books. I abhor them, honestly. But Aston asked me to pick a book, and I had to read it, and this was the one that she got off my shelf. And it caught me by surprise for a multitude of reasons. So the main character, Hannah, is kind of like a homebody. She don't do much. She kind of minds her business. Her best friend, Flo, has her out, and they go to Flo's work event, and she meets this guy named Lawrence. Lawrence is there. They're having a small conversation, and then he gets this call, and he has to leave right away. About 15-20 minutes later, Hannah gets a call, and she has to leave. Her mother has called her. She rushes over to her mother's house, and she finds out that the father that she is, that Hannah's father that she is estranged from has died, right? And he lives in Nigeria. So her mother gives her that news and convinces her to go to Nigeria for her father's funeral services. When she gets there, she meets her siblings. Her father has a wife and 4 children, if my memory serves me correctly. Tiwa, Segun, twins. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's 4 of them. So she meets them, and then while she's there, she also sees Lawrence, who is Tiwa's best friend. And so they greet each other, and they are both kind of unsure of why the other is there. And then Uncle Dio introduces Hannah to the rest of the family as their sibling. It's like a hard blow to the siblings because that means that their father had an affair on their mother with Hannah's mother, right? Long story short, they get to meet each other, experience each other, they're hanging out, getting to know each other, all the things. Tiwa and Hannah have like this really horrible relationship because Tiwa is, I can't really explain it. I don't know if she's jealous of Hannah. She don't like Hannah for whatever reason. It could be because Hannah is partly white and her mother is white, and there's some issue there. But there is some tension between Hannah and Tiwa. Lawrence and Hannah explore their relationship and all the things. They're feeling all the things, doing all the things. If you know, you know. Okay, mind your business. They grow. And then Hannah finds out Tiwa's secret. She's dating Uncle Dio, who is like 15 years her senior, and also her father's best friend, right? Yeah. So when Hannah finds that out, she and Tiwa starts being disrespectful like Tiwa does. Hannah kind of like brings that information to the surface. They get into this fight, all the things. Okay, so they make up, and then there's the reading of their father's will. And in the reading of the will, Hannah is left their father's estate in an attempt that it will keep the siblings and the family together. Tiwa becomes upset because Hannah has never lived in the house, and the house she thought should rightfully belong to her mother. And so she expresses some kind of disdain for her father's decision and says the only reason we were nice to you and were actively trying to get to know you was so that we could get our inheritance. Hannah's so upset, she leaves and goes back to San Francisco. Tells Lawrence, when Lawrence tries to console her and tells her that he didn't know anything about that, like his intentions were genuine and pure, she told him he was a liar. And she leaves him and leaves the whole family. Is in San Francisco for about 2 weeks. Her family is trying to contact her, make it right, all the things. And to no avail. She is a volunteer at some like, what do you call it? Like a children's shelter, like a rec center kind of thing. And they were throwing a gala, so she's there at the gala, and then her siblings pop up to mend their relationship. At that point, she goes to Dubai after they mend their relationship. Lawrence does not come because he said, who is you playing with? I told you I loved you and I wasn't playing. I didn't know nothing about that. And you play with my top. So to hell with you, essentially, because he didn't come. So she heartbroken about that. They go to Dubai for one of the twins is a DJ or whatever. And so they went to her event. And Lawrence pops up. And she is all like in love and things. Y'all been in love, y'all know. I know, right? Okay. So they go talk, and then Tiwa comes to the car to get them to go into the event. And then, y'all, I forgot to tell y'all, Tiwa and Uncle Dio got engaged. They let everybody know that they like in a relationship. Like, and everybody has to be okay with the fact that he's like 15 years older than her, that know her pretty much her whole life, all the things, right? Sagoon is not happy. He's talking mad trash. But they gonna support her anyway. They gonna stick beside her because that's what you do. So at the end of the book, they was just at the party expressing their love for each other. Everybody was like back together, one happy little family, and that is that on that. Right. The reason I like the book, enjoyed the book, found myself among the pages of the book is because I too have recently lost my father, and I was in disconnection with my siblings. Shout out to you, Ariana and Angela. I love y'all. And the death of my father brought us back into communication. Another part of the book that I liked is Hannah's search for love brought her back to herself, right? It was like a journey of Hannah's relationship back to herself. She thought for so long that because her father didn't want her, or she thought that her father didn't want her, that she was unworthy of love. So she not only invalidated herself, but she invalidated the love that everybody else tried to give to her, right? So in this journey of learning who her father was and meeting her siblings and all of those things, she found that she was always worthy, always important, always necessary, and developed a self-love for herself. And the moment she did that, all the other love that she wanted from everybody else, all the validation and the care that she wanted from everybody else found its way to her. I enjoyed the book. I mean, I guess y'all can read it if y'all into love stories. If not, don't. But you know what I'm going to tell you. Get the book from the library. Why, class? Because the library is our greatest resource. Literally, get the book from the library. I think it's like $9.98 if you want to get it from like Target, Amazon. Those kind of retailers, it might be less if you can find it at half-price bookstores. But if you want to save a coin, because we always want to save a coin, get it from the library. Up next is my favorite kind of book, a memoir. We get to talk about people's lives, and it's When They Tell You to Be Good, a memoir by Prince Shakur. That'll be up next. Until then, y'all be blessed. Y'all be happy. Read a book. Share a book. Talk about a book. Take care.